Okay, so I was asked to make a video on the two dissociative disorders that usually come with some people who suffer from panic disorder. Those two dissociative disorders are derealization and depersonalization. I have more experience with derealization than I do with depersonalization, so this will kind of just be my personal experience and how it's kind of affected me and how I deal with it. For those who haven't experienced it or have somebody they know who's experiencing it and don't really know what it is, it's basically an altered perception of reality. Derealization is, at least. Everything feels like a dream, and you can't really remember very many things. Like, you can remember them, you know where you're at, you know what you're doing, and you know who you are, but you start questioning a lot of things about who you are, and I guess I start questioning what my place is in the world, and all these random questions that you just don't normally think about. To me, everything seems more 2D with derealization. Like, everything just seems really flat and kind of cartoonish, and through the whole thing, of course, since I only get derealization with panic attacks, so my heart will just start racing, and then everything will just kind of start shaking, and I'll get really dizzy, and then I'll kind of go into that derealization state where I'm just really freaking out, and it goes away for me for in about an hour is usually when mine goes away, and I really have to tell myself to make it go away. The first time I had it was probably the worst, though. I haven't ever had an episode like that, I guess. I haven't had a panic attack that bad since the first one that I had. I still do have panic attacks, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, it kind of depends. But, what happens to me is I get kind of like this hot flash, and then everything starts changing, and it's really, really creepy, and I don't like it. I'm pretty sure anyone who has experienced it absolutely hates it. With disassociation, I've only felt this once during my first panic attack, and it's almost so scary that I don't even like talking about it, but it's obviously very important to talk about. I want people to know that they're not alone. With disassociation, you feel really out of your body, and it's the scariest thing I've ever experienced, honestly. For me, I felt like I was being ripped out of the back of my head, and I was just, like, standing outside of myself and watching everything that was happening, and I felt really disconnected and really scared. I've only experienced that once, so anyone with more information on that, please just tell me and inform other people so that they can feel better about it too. Other than that, though, ways that I calm down, counting helps a lot. If you just count through your head, I don't know. If you try to do math, it helps too, because as much as I hate math, it makes me think, and it gets me distracted, because it takes so much focus to do math, for me at least. So I guess that's kind of a weird solution, but it helps me a lot. Laughter helps a lot too. If I'm almost getting an attack or something, if I just talk to one of my friends and joke about it, it's pretty funny. Like, this one time when I was having a panic attack, I had this thought, like, what if I'm dead? And that's pretty crazy, because, I knew I was not dead, but I started, like, feeling for my heart, but, like, my heartbeat, and I was like, oh my god, I can't feel my heartbeat, even though it was beating, like, really, really fast, and, I can kind of look back at that and laugh now, because it's like, well, I was being really stupid, I was being really irrational, which, anyone who has panic disorder probably knows the term of irrational. That's basically it, though. That is my experience with derealization and disassociation. And, yeah, hope that helps somebody.